Ask for BBC Radio 3. It's 1 o'clock. The latest BBC News is read by Amanda Litherland.
Boris Johnson says he will give all his uncensored WhatsApp messages directly to the COVID inquiry, which is facing a legal challenge from the government to prevent the material being handed over. The former Prime Minister's information is limited, though, because it doesn't yet include messages on a phone he used before April 2021. The government argues that it shouldn't have to share material which is unambiguously irrelevant. The chairwoman of the Commons Culture, Media and Sport Committee says issues about safeguarding and the potential abuse of powers will be raised when MPs question ITV executives in the wake of the departure of Philip Schofield. He resigned from the broadcaster last week after admitting he'd lied about having an affair with a younger male colleague. In a BBC interview, the former This Morning presenter has apologised. There's more misery for rail passengers, with 20,000 members of the RMT union on a 24-hour strike about pay, jobs and working conditions. Only around half of trains in England are running, which is also affecting services in Wales and Scotland. There's a further strike tomorrow. Twitter's head of trust and safety has resigned, the second person in that role to leave since Elon Musk took control of the company last October. Ella Irwin was responsible for content moderation. The reason for her resignation is unclear. The government has appointed Professor Dame Ellen Closs-Stevens as the acting chair of the BBC. She'll take over the role when Richard Sharp steps down at the end of June. Dame Ellen, who's had a long career in broadcasting and academia, will remain in post for several months while the government conducts the process of appointing a permanent chair. Japan's birth rate has fallen for the seventh year running to a record low. It remains far below the level considered necessary to maintain a stable population. Last year, only 770,747 babies were born in the country. And the weather. There should be plenty of sunshine in most places this afternoon, with the odd patch of low cloud in coastal areas. Highs of 19 Celsius in Cardiff and Manchester, 18 in London, 17 in Belfast and 15 in Edinburgh. BBC News and weather at 1:02.
Amanda Litherland. Well, now on BBC Radio 3 for our lunchtime concert, we're headed back to this year's Hay Festival to join Sarah Walker.
Welcome back to St Mary's Church in Hay-on-Wye for the last in our current series of lunchtime concerts from the 2023 Hay Festival of Literature and the Arts. We're delighted to be here in the peaceful surroundings of St Mary's Church, though just outside things are not so peaceful for our blue tits nesting in the church walls as the sparrows are trying to move in. Lots of fluttering and chirruping going on. And yesterday, in fact, we found a blackbird perched on the piano. But today in the church, all is calm. We've been enjoying a feast of chamber music and song this week. Well, our performers today are the prize-winning young ensemble, the Amartis Trio, former Radio 3 New Generation artists. Schubert's mighty piano